You ever have one of those days where you think you're just blending in, living your life, but suddenly you're put on the spot for all the wrong reasons? That's how it started for us, just a sunny Saturday in Cedarbrook, a town where people wave at each other and act like trouble never visits. But let me tell you, trouble can show up, even in broad daylight, especially if you look like you don't belong. That's just the truth. Yeah, that happened. My wife Jasmine and we'd finally found a rare afternoon off together. Wanted nothing more than to see our kids chase each other through the grass. Ketchup on their shirts, sun on their faces. We spread out our old picnic blanket under those big oak trees, set out sandwiches, laughing, soaking it in. It felt good, you know. But there's always that one person watching from a distance, arms folded, eyes squinting like you're doing something wrong for just being happy where you are. That was Barb, Cedarbrook's self-appointed hall monitor, with her perfect hair and her clipboard brain. She's been in the neighborhood forever, knows everyone, or at least thinks she does. She walked by slow, giving us that look, the one that says, "Who let you in?" My wife noticed, gave me that little side eye, and I just shrugged. Happens more than you think. I told her, "We belong here as much as anyone." Didn't stop that cold feeling in my gut, though. You know what I mean? Barb started whispering to another neighbor on the bench, then pretended not to watch us, but I could feel her stare burning holes in my back. The kids were having a ball, but Jasmine grew quiet, busying herself with the sandwiches just to keep her hands moving. Barb made a phone call. Couldn't hear what she said, but I knew. I've seen it before. People see you, see your family, and just decide you're not from around here. Not one of them. We tried to ignore it, just enjoy our picnic. But you know how it is. The mood shifted. A few more folks started glancing over, and I could tell Jasmine was getting tense. Then, right as I'm telling my son he can have one more cookie, I hear it. Sirens, getting louder, real close. My heart sank. Jasmine grabbed my hand tight. The kids stopped moving. And there they were, two officers walking straight toward us, all business. "Sir, can we see your ID?" one said. Not even a hello. Jasmine handed hers over too, her voice steady but eyes hard. I kept my voice calm. "Is something wrong, officer?" He just said, "We had a call about suspicious activity." That's code, you know, code for "you don't look right." I looked over. Barb was standing there, arms crossed, pretending to care about safety. I'll never forget the look on her face, like she was waiting for a medal. The officer looked at our IDs, his eyes flickering as he read my name, then Jasmine's. His whole posture changed, like he suddenly remembered we were people. "Sorry for the inconvenience, Congressman Brooks, Dr. Brooks." He actually apologized. "Just a misunderstanding. You're free to go." He handed back our cards, but the damage was done. My daughter whispered, "Are we in trouble, Daddy?" And I had to tell her, right there in front of the whole park, "No, honey, we're not. We did nothing wrong." All around us, people had their phones out, recording. Barb started backing away, like she didn't want to be part of it anymore. But it was too late. That night, the whole thing blew up online. People arguing in the comments, some furious for us, some defending Barb, others acting like none of this matters. News vans parked outside Cedarbrook, neighbors whispering, people I barely knew sending messages. Sorry you had to go through that. You handled it with so much class. Even the Homeowners Association called Barb in, asked her to step down for a while. Jasmine and I sat at our kitchen table, trying to explain it to our kids, trying to explain why some people just see you as a problem before they know your name. Barb wrote me a long email, said she was sorry, said she'd been wrong, said she'd never really thought about how her actions could hurt someone. Jasmine read it first, said, "She's actually trying." We could have ignored it, but honestly, what's the point of change if you don't give folks a chance to learn? So we invited her to a community meeting. That night, in front of everyone, Barb stood up and admitted what she'd done. I was scared for no reason. I was wrong. She cried. Others cried with her. We talked, all of us really talked, about what it means to belong, about how bias creeps in, about how even good people can mess up. Since then, things in Cedarbrook have shifted. Maybe just a little, maybe a lot. We started running real workshops, honest ones, not just checking boxes. Barb comes to every one, always sits up front. I see more families like mine out at the park. There are still folks who think we stirred up trouble for no reason. But there are way more who listen now, who look out for each other for real. Jasmine says it's slow work, but worth it. My son has friends who don't even think twice about where anybody's from, just who they are. So what would you have done if you were Barb, if you were me? Does being sorry make up for what happened, or does it take more? Are people just a product of their fears, or can they really change? I want to know. Tell me in the comments. Tell me if you've ever been in my shoes or hers or somewhere in between. Because honestly, the only way places like Cedarbrook get better is if we're all willing to talk, to listen, and to keep showing up, even when it's hard. That's real change.